What is going on, herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today, before we get moving in the actual scheduled content for today with the Willard faction, I want to clarify two big misconceptions of the last video. First off, there's some people out there that legitimately thought I was trying to drift the damn Hydra, and that was far from the case, guys. Hopefully you realize that. I don't know why the heck why we'd be doing that. Obviously, we did make the video. It was a joke. I said it was a joke within the first couple minutes, but there was people that were saying, well, you're running out of content. Ha ha ha, this is so stupid. Oh, you can drift the Hydra. I get it, guys, alright? You can have those opinions because I didn't really give a good context to it, okay? Have at it. The second big misconception is that I just picked someone's random comment that was saying go test something, and then I basically treated them like an asshole. Again, if you guys are new to Black Sheep TV, I get that, but if you have been tuning in for any point in time, you know that that's far from the truth. This was not that case. The person that I singled out had a comment that was 50 responses where they called people stupid, ignorant, said people don't know shit about GTA drifting when they responded with decent comments, and then they told them stop responding. It was the most childish BS that I've seen on the comment section in a long time. Not only that, they went on like 6 other comments and started commenting negative stuff on there. Does it drift the Hydra thing was as exaggerated as I could find, something that I could shed some light on a negative situation, and that's why we got the video that we did. I am going to have to speak a little bit more into the decaying state of the GTA drift community and where we're at with this channel and where we're going to be moving into, because it was really the last straw. It was very eye-opening for me to see what people said and how it was treated by someone that is relevant in the community, by someone that I have had occasions with online and have had good experiences with. I've worked my ass off for this channel. I put a lot of time to get where I'm at. We have a long way to go to get to anywhere to be relevant on YouTube. That's by far. I like to comment to people. I like to be positive. I tell everybody to stay positive, for Christ's sake. The main thing is I don't go in my comment section and castrate everybody that has a different opinion than me. I will respond to them, try to make them see my way, and that's the end of it. So to have someone come on there and think that they're going to be able to come on, use my venue that I worked my butt off for, and they're going to treat everybody else like they're infidels on there, that's where the line is drawn. That's where I start getting upset. And that's where videos like the last one get made. Not because of a comment that says, does it drift the Hydra? That was as positive of a comment that I could find to shed light on a bad situation. I've had a number of comical comments exactly like that in the past. Drift this and drift that. I respond to them and I usually laugh at them. I never have just made a video and calling someone out. And I realize I did not make a right context of it and explain it fully. And that's what I'm doing here today. Don't want to sit here and waste anybody's time. I will be making a little bit more in-depth video on what's going on and where I see the community going and where I see the channel going as we move forward. So with all that said, just wanted to clarify those couple things. Back to the normal scheduled programming. Today we're going to be revisiting the Desert Drift video series where we purchase vehicles in game, build the skies up to drift spec, and test them rigorously to see if they have the ability to drift. And today we got, well, let me say we got the Willard faction, and the reason I'm showing the Willard faction is because we have not reviewed it in Season 2, and I was going to be reviewing the Mamba. And actually, if you guys have watched the Desert Drift series, specifically Season 1, there was a finale of all drift cars. And the Willard faction faced off against the Mamba for the best drift car in GTA Online, with the single gear technique, that is. So with that said, we got to try to stay positive on this thing, and let's just review a couple cars that we know can drift with the basic technique. So let's bring this thing into Benny's. This is a car that I have obviously already built in the past. I already have done what I've done to this thing, but I kind of just want to show you guys. First off, we did not upgrade it. There's no reason to do the donk or the custom. There's just no reason. Actually, we did review the custom Willard faction, and it really didn't seem to drift as good as just the stock version. So I would suggest keeping our stock. Armor, we did no armor. Brakes, we did no brakes. The engine, we did all the way up. Horn, lights, loss prevention, all that stuff is kind of just up to, well, loss prevention's already there when you buy it. But horn, lights, all that stuff, that's up to you. Plate, again, up to you. The respray, we just did a basic red on this thing. I don't really even know how I feel about it, but it still is, it's all right. I'm not going to change it up. It's not too shabby. The roof we did, well, we just left it the stock roof. I think that's the one I like. I do like that one the best, still. Suspension, we have a sport suspension in here. I know a lot of people just slam it down right away, but I believe the sport suspension or street suspension is actually the ideal suspension for the drifting here. Transmission all the way up. Put the turbo on there too. It looks like we do not have the turbo on there, so apparently not even necessary. I'm not going to spend the extra 50K because I'm going to save the money for the Mamba. But just know that you can put that turbo on. Actually, if you do put the turbo on there, now that I remember, it is even more slippery. There's just more power going to the rear wheels, so that's probably why I don't have one on there. We do have muscle tires on this thing. I've recently was trying to make a video proving that there's differences in the tires, so I put some off-road tires on my Rapid GT and then put some muscle tires on. I could not prove a difference. I couldn't prove the difference in length of the speed boost, slipperiness, stickiness. I just couldn't prove it. There was no way. Now at times I feel like there is a difference. I really don't know. If there's no way to prove it, there's no way that I can claim it, so I really don't even think it matters what tires you put on there anymore. And so late in the drift game with the community just going downhill quickly here, don't worry too much about it. Don't really think it matters, but what does matter is definitely do not put the bulletproof tires on there. But I'm sure most of you already know that. So we got the limo tint on there, and that's the whole build. It's just a basic build like that. Now this is a nice stancing vehicle. It's a simple one. It's a good one to bring into free mode just simply because I can pull it right out. I can stance it right on up, and we're good to go. So there's no reason to going into a actual track here today. We're going to just show you guys in free mode, do a little free mode drifting. And we are going to be in business here, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said in the past, I already have experience in this car. This car is a lot of fun to drift. However, it's been a long time since I drifted this thing. This has been sitting in the garage for quite some time. It's an affordable car, so just about anybody can pick it up. You just go on the Benny's site and you can buy it for next to nothing. You don't have to commit to the upgrades or anything like that. Let's go over here. Now the big thing that you're going to notice almost immediately in this car is it's very, very heavy. It's very cumbersome. It builds up the inertia and it really throws you around. Now if you have that turbo in there, it's going to be even more so. That's another big thing I remember. Compared to some of your more accurate vehicles like the Rapid GT, like the Schwarzer, like the Comet Retro, this car is, well, it's kind of more of a beginner car. It's going to be slow. It's going to be something that you can really learn the ways of the clutch kick, the speed boost glitch, the competitive way of drifting. And I don't even really view it as competitive anymore because where's the competitions, right? That's the real issue here. There's just a lot more to be had out there. And we're crashing. Son of a gun. But back to the car here. Like I said, well, when I just crashed there, I realized that this is one of those cars that does hold damage pretty well. You're not going to notice a whole big difference there. It does have a short clutch kick, though, compared to some vehicles. Maybe it's not necessarily that it's a short speed boost. It's just the car doesn't get up and go. It doesn't pick up and go as fast. You put that turbo in there, maybe it's a little bit different, but... So let's give this thing a grade. It is definitely worthy of a grade. It's worthy of a decent grade at that. Cost on this thing is very low. Very low. Let's tell you exactly how low. You're going to Benny's, you're going to his stock, and the Willard faction is one of the first ones that are down here. Actually, it's not. It's towards the top. $36,000. That's a little more than what I even thought it was, but still, $36,000 is a cheap car in GTA Online. You're not doing the upgrades, you're not having to do anything like that, so it's very, very affordable. As you've seen in Benny's, the turbo is the most expensive thing that you're going to put on this, and it's $50,000, and it's optional to put on. I think after, testing this thing out a little bit, I probably would suggest to put the turbo on there. Like I said, I'm going to be spending quite some money on this Mamba just to have it for a little bit, and that's just to do a good desert drift for you guys. I know a lot of people have wanted to see that thing, and so yeah, we're going to do that. So we held off on putting the turbo on there, but like I said, 50,000, that's your biggest upgrade. The other ones altogether, this car is not going to really break probably 150,000 bucks with everything done and said, unless you do something, you know, crazy with, like, you know, crew paint and all that kind of stuff. But that's completely up to you. So cost on this thing is going to score very high. It's a good drift car for the cost. I'm going to give this thing a 10 out of 10 for cost. Definitely deserves that. Driftability, still very, very high. I think if we had that turbo in there, we would be able to drift a little bit better. But the handbrake has a great slide on it. It allows you to really link some things up. The clutch kick is a little slow. The clutch kick, the speed boost glitch, like I said, whatever you want to call it. The clutch kick really is not an accurate term because there is no clutch in GTA. Because GTA is not a drifting game, right? As we have told me 100 million times. So driftability in the old Willard faction, again, pretty high, pretty high. It's one of those ones that you kind of got to get the hang of. Like I said, there's a lot of inertia, there's a lot of body momentum that come into play, and it's a slower car, so it definitely won't take you too long to get used to this thing. But like I said, there is definitely, with any car, some getting used to. So I'm going to give this thing a 9 out of 10. I think there's a little bit of room for improvement. I wish it would get up and go a little bit quicker. But again, that's just this style of car, and there's some perks to be had with that style of a car as well. So that brings in our last, and that is efficiency. Now, efficiency comes into play where we ignore the other factors, the driftability and the actual cost of the car. And the efficiency is also very high. We look at the stanceability. We look at, you know, obviously, is this a car that you can bring into free mode and not have to worry about blowing it up and doing all that stuff? Once it is stanced up, how does it handle damage? All of those things are top of the top. It's a 10 out of 10 on both of those things. Very easy to stance, very efficient to stance. I have not went and respawned. I have not done anything like that. We are still with the old damaged out vehicle that we've had from the beginning, and it's doing just fine. That's scoring a 29 out of 30. Pretty damn good car. Is it a car that you need to own? Well, I don't know about that. That might be jumping the gun. It's certainly a car that I don't know why you wouldn't own, just because it's very affordable. And that's about the extent of this bad boy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, a good scoring one all in the end. Like I said, I really wasn't even going to review this car, but something spawned in my brain when I was about getting ready to go purchase the Mamba that, hey, the faction was what faced off against this thing, and you haven't done this in Season 2, so maybe you should do that. And next up was the Willard faction, and the second video we're going to record and edit up today is going to be the Mamba. And I know a lot of people have wanted to see the Mamba, so that's really what today was about. Appreciate you tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos if you're sharing the videos. If you're not sharing the videos, share the videos, damn it. All right. As always, hope you all stay happy out there. Stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.